Response to Pakistan's terror-linked claims, the Ministry of External Affairs has rejected the baseless allegations made by them. The MEA further said that the whole world knows where the epicenter of global terrorism lies and that Pakistan should look inwards instead of pointing fingers and shifting the blame for its own internal problems and failures onto others. To get us more on this, we're crossing over to my colleague Srinjoy, who's been tracking all of the developments, especially since this is in connection with the Pakistan hijacking, where over 20 people had lost their lives. Srinjoy, when we talk about what the Ministry of External Affairs has had to say, this is not the first time that India has responded like this to Pakistan when they make baseless allegations.
First of all, Pakistan is the epicenter of terrorism. The world knows that. This is not the Afghan speaking, this is not the Indian speaking. This is what Hillary Clinton, the US Secretary of State, said. And not recently, quite a while ago, when she was Secretary of State, that when you have snakes in the backyard, they are not just going to attack your neighbors, they're going to get back and bite you. And that's really the point, because once again, these snakes in the backyard that the Pakistan establishment has kept going are troubling Pakistan. This is what Hillary Clinton had said so long ago. And this is continuing for years and years. Of course, the Balochistan situation is slightly different, because 50 years ago, the Pakistan Air Force bombed Baloch insurgents. Just think, this is a country that is using its Air Force to bomb its own people. And this was 50 years ago in the 70s. Now, the Balochis believe that all Islamabad sees Balochistan as is a huge mine to extract different minerals from. That's all Balochistan is to the people in Islamabad, is what the Balochis believe. So naturally, if you have neglect at this level, you're going to have the Baloch Liberation Army. And just think, here is a Baloch organization which has all the weapons, all the equipment, all the planning, all the training, and more important than everything else, morale to attack a Pakistani train, and which of course has security men which are Pakistani. And yet, this is something the Pakistani intelligence agencies had no idea about. So what kind of intelligence does the Pakistani intelligence agencies have? This is something which is so big and they had no idea about. So it's a failure on so many fronts. Initially, of course, it's an intelligence failure. But for decades, this comes from neglect.
Absolutely. Srinjoy, thank you so much for joining us, giving us that expert analysis of what's taking place, putting that into perspective for us as well. We'll continue to track the developments here, especially with what's happening diplomatically.